Hey guys, we're here at the French South Africa Tech Labs today. The OCFO team has come out to speak to a group of tech founders. We're going to unpack finance for founders today. We're going to look at cloud accounting. We're going to look at taxation for founders. We're going to look at all of the complexities of navigating the finance function of a young company for these ambitious young founders that are building their scalable tech businesses here in the heart of Cape Town. Our team is super excited to be here. Annual returns. So I don't know if you're actively doing that, but every 1 year anniversary of the company, there's annual returns that are due to CIPC, to the company registrar. If you don't pay that, they deregister your company. So within a year to 2 years of non-payment, they deregister it. So if you operate for 3 years, you think, oh, I've been a startup, I didn't have to worry about compliance. Year 3, you want to get an investor in, they tell us, send us your CIPC documents. You send it to them, and they say, CIPC has said your company has been deregistered. Then you own none of your own IP, none of your own staff are employed by you. You can access none of your bank accounts. You're in a bad situation.
Yeah, I thought the workshop was super insightful. I wasn't really aware of the opportunities of cloud accounting. I wasn't really aware of the opportunities of cloud accounting. You know, I'm quite familiar with cloud computing, but cloud accounting was quite unique to me.
So what Receipt Bank does is it digitizes all those documents. So every agreement, every invoice, every statement you receive, you capture on your phone like it looks like a scanned document thing. That goes into Xero directly. The software, the Receipt Bank software reads who is the supplier, what is the date, what is the transaction, what is the VAT amount, and all of that gets pushed straight into Xero. So that takes the process of having to sit with an invoice, capture it into the system line by line, decide on what input the date and all of that manually. And that takes a lot of time. That automates it. So it's literally where it used to be, where you can, with a month's information, could take you a week to capture all of that. You cannot do it in kind of 2-3 hours. The system just pulls everything in and you just allocate. Having all of your stakeholders being able to access that financial information and the value of that. You can have your investors with access to the financials, you can have your stakeholders, you can have all of your directors, you can have your advisors. Everyone's looking at the same set of financial information. And I can't stress enough how valuable that is.
I come from a background with multiple entrepreneurship ventures, so I think this is going to be something that I'm going to find very useful going forward.
For us, one of the number one things is a proper financial model. Being able to show someone a forecast of what the first 3 or 5 or even 10 years of the business can look like. It's quite an interesting thing because even if it's, let's call it early stage, you do 3 or 5 years, that means you have sat down and really thought hard about what is your strategy in the company for the next 3 to 5 years. Who are your clients going to be? Where are your sales going to come from? How confident are you about those sales? What expenses are you going to have to incur to grow? What capital expenditure will you need to incur, or machines you need to buy, or digital assets you need to invest in, or whatever be the case? You've thought about all those things and you've been able to put them into numbers, into a spreadsheet to show an investor, look, this is where it can go in the next 5 years based on a solid set of assumptions. If you can do that, you've already won a big part of the conversation because they can now see you've thought about strategy, you've taken the time and care to build that model or to sit with someone financial who can build the model, and you can showcase how the company can be successful over 5 years.
It's very important for us because we've been talking to some VCs and then they've been asking the same question. What is your company valued at and how can we calculate the valuation of your company? So for us now we stand at a clear point so that we can communicate and tell them clearly how much we think our company is worth.
All right, man. Good luck. Thank you. There are a lot of funds who are mandated to help entrepreneurs just like ourselves here in the room to grow successful businesses, because where is job creation going to come from? It's going to come from successful new enterprises in the country that's creating jobs for our people, that's creating economic growth. There's a huge amount of vested interest in SMEs being successful and growing into proper established businesses?
The name of the company is called Driver. So in South Africa, there's this thing called Enterprise Supplier Development Programs, where big companies take 3% of their net profit and invest it into doing business with small, medium enterprises, so that they can decrease the 60 to 80% failure amongst SMEs within their first 3 to 5 years of existence, and also get the 40 points on their BE scorecard. So basically it's all about taking SMEs and then giving them access to markets and also access to finance. Because one of the major reasons why SMEs fail in South Africa is because there's no access to finance and there's also no access to markets. They can have the funding, but if there's no market, there's no finance, they will fail.
Yeah, so the main thing I'm working on now is called proof of stake. And essentially we're trying to do 3 things. We're trying to give people the opportunity to invest in assets they understand, like simple assets. We're trying to help farmers raise capital against their agricultural assets. And then we're also trying to bring transparency so that these 2 individuals or these 2 parties can interact. So simply put, we're a platform that allows farmers to use their assets to raise collateral, and then everyday people can invest in those assets on the platform. Okay. Yeah, it's a lot of explanation, but that, in a nutshell, that's what we're doing.
Nice, congratulations.
Thank you, yeah.
Thanks, Sebastian. Thanks for taking the time.
Okay, well, thank you for coming through. It was very insightful.
Great, man. It was great to speak to a couple of ambitious founders building some exciting tech companies here out in Cape Town.
Good. We look forward to working with you.
Great. Speak soon. Thank you.
Cheers.